For more than 2 decades, TLMI has partnered with Packaging Impressions magazine to honor the TLMI Converter of the Year. This award is given to a converting member who has demonstrated a very high level of commitment and service to TLMI and to the industry as a whole over an extended period. It is not intended as a Lifetime Achievement Award, although the winner has typically been someone who has had a tremendous impact on both our association and on our industry during their entire career. To announce this year's winner of TLMI's Converter of the Year Award, please join me in welcoming Editor-in-Chief of Package Printing Magazine, Corey Francer.
All right. Hello, TLMI. Thank you again so much for hosting such a great annual meeting. I know for me, being here is a true highlight of my year, and so much of that is because of the honor and privilege that I have of introducing the 2019 TLMI Packaging Impressions Converter of the Year. It's always so refreshing to get to spend these 3 days among the true leaders of the label industry. And I know I've mentioned this before, but in my mind, what makes TLMI the incredible association that it is the willingness among members to share with each other and collaborate to advance the label industry to new heights. And if there's someone in this room who embodies that spirit of collaboration, it's this year's Converter of the Year. In fact, in every interview that I did with this person's colleagues in the association, that word came up again and again: collaboration. This is a person whose accolades speak for themselves: the president of a company, years of service on the TLMI board of directors, and chair of a committee. But when I asked this person's peers in the industry what makes them truly stand out as a leader, it all came back to collaboration, encouraging others to speak their minds, whether it be an employee or a new committee member with an idea to share. Tonight's Converter of the Year is someone who has seen it all in the industry, climbing to a leadership position from an entry-level role. With no background in the industry, this person's first label job came in 1982, fresh out of college, with an open mind and a passion for business. But it didn't take long for a love of labels to take hold. Every day brought something new, along with an opportunity to work with people in a variety of other industries, which always kept things exciting. And tonight's Converter of the Year began their ascent through the company. As tonight's Converter of the Year began their ascent through the company, some of the roles that were taken on included sales coordinator, a job in estimating, an office manager role, and then a promotion to general manager. Now, I want to pause here because the story of how tonight's Converter of the Year became their company's general manager is pretty remarkable. The company had been presented with an opportunity to take over one of its largest clients' global label business, and tonight's winner had taken the lead on the initiative. The company was in the running with multiple other competitors, and it was going to be a tough job to win. But tonight's winner decided to raise the stakes, telling the boss, "If we get this business, I want to be general manager." Needless to say, they won the job, and the rest is history. While tonight's winner is referred to by peers as a natural collaborator, understanding this background and the many stops on the way to becoming company president explains why this is the case. This is someone who has been in the trenches in both the production and business management side of the industry and has seen how each member of the team contributes in their own essential way. With that type of perspective, it makes sense that this is someone who values a breadth of opinions when managing a company's operations or leading a TLMI committee. Speaking of which, this person has been instrumental to the success of the technical committee, helping it expand its scope of educational assets, serving the association through immensely valuable resources, events, and expert insights. Outside of the association, the 2019 Converter of the Year's leadership traits have manifested themselves in the form of some pretty significant industry accolades. This person's dedication to growth and innovation have led to the highly impressive feat of receiving 10 consecutive Eugene Singer Awards for their company. But in perhaps a less tangible way, tonight's winner stands out in the industry with an ability to raise up those that surround her. In fact, I think this quote from a colleague that she has worked with very close over the years sums it up best. "I always feel so good after speaking with her. I feel wiser and stronger every time. Each time I meet with her, I learn something from her. That's why I admire her so much." So whether it's encouraging teamwork for the betterment of the industry or just being an excellent role model, tonight's Converter of the Year is a true embodiment of what TLMI is all about. So please join me in congratulating Laurie Campbell, President of the Label Printers.
Label check. Wow, give me a second here. And can I just get a what from everybody over 50? I need notes and glasses. Yeah, I really didn't want to read a speech, but again, being the age that I am and finding myself in that position, I need notes because it's so important to me to make sure that I say the things that I want to say. Right now, the only thing that could make this better would be like a sparkly tiara and a sash. But I suspect that perhaps that Joel Carmody didn't want to give up the tiara from last year, so maybe that's why we don't have it anymore. Excuse me. Well, the old saying goes, you get out of something what you put into it. But I have to tell you, I've always felt that's kind of an understatement, especially as I stand here tonight. Yes, I worked hard for our company. I've worked hard for the industry, but I have gotten so much back, more in return than I've ever put into it. And I guess that's why I keep raising my hand to do stuff and why I keep getting called on, because I'm the one that goes, okay, I'll do it. I just don't ever feel like I can never give enough to show my gratitude for what I get from this industry. And so I can't imagine what I'm going to have to do next to pay back for this award. But I'm really happy to have the opportunity to share and acknowledge the people that have been so important in my life and through my 37 years in the industry. I'm not sure at what age you have to stop talking about your mom. I have not reached that point yet. So she was obviously my first influence. She made me love business. In fact, when I was a little kid, I'm so weird, I actually used to play like I had an office. I mean, I'm talking like 5, 6, 7 years old. And I have no idea what I did in this office. I probably just moved papers and pencils like I do now. But I remember, the one thing I remember is I was so excited because I'd have so many meetings to go to, and it was so important. And if there was ever an opportunity for an expression, be careful what you wish for, that's it. I mean, I look back now and I go, oh, geez, another meeting. Oh, my God, I can't stand it. But she gave me my love of business, and she instilled in me my work ethic and my independence, probably to a disturbing degree, according to my husband. But those values are still my strongest values, I feel like, today. And most importantly, though, her love and support were without bounds and without question, and she always just made me feel like I could do anything I wanted to do. And I thank you, Mom. Wish you were here. Okay. So stickers, that'll be fun, right? That was actually the deciding factor for me in picking between fresh out of college and deciding between AAA Motor Club and the Label Printers. Oh, stickers, that'll be fun. Which still cracks me up to this day because stickers are, yes, they are indeed fun. But that is not the reason I've stayed at the Label Printers for 37 years. And of course, as we all know, it's the people. It's my coworkers, customers, suppliers, but quite honestly, most specifically, it's my boss, Bill Kane, who I'm very grateful came out here to see this. Bill, you often say that you don't express often enough your gratitude for the things that I do for the company and for you. But quite honestly, you do a lot. And I'm really grateful for that. You and I have had some, shall we say, in-depth conversations over the years. And I would dare say that I would probably be fired 20 times over if I worked for anybody else. So the ability to state really honestly from my gut and my heart what I feel without fear of recrimination is very important to me, and I thank you for that. You have given me so many opportunities, and you are generous with both your praise and the perks. And I have said many, many times, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but you drive me crazy. But I would walk through fire for you. I really would, and I mean it. I thank you so much for keeping me around for so many years, and for everything you've done both for me and for our company. And thanks also for having your beautiful wife, your beautiful wife, Pat. The four of us have had a lot of amazing adventures around the world, and it's been a lot of fun doing that with you. TLMI has provided so many benefits to the label printers, but for me personally, it's all about the friends I've made along the way. When we first joined, I had no clue that I would actually make lifelong, true friends through this kind of work association. Cindy, Michelle, God. Nick and Kathy, I simply don't have enough words to express my love and gratitude for your support, your friendship, and the inspiration that you give to me. I love you all, and I thank you. And for those newer members out there who might be hoping that maybe you make some friends along the way, I would just say look to the person next to you, look to the person at the table next to you, look at the person at the table across the room, because the four people I just described are really a microcosm of what's in everybody in this room. Incredibly passionate, dedication, huge, scary brains, and bigger hearts. And so you will find your friends here. Don't be afraid of finding any friends. But finally, I need to acknowledge the most important person in the room for me, and that, of course, is my husband, Kevin. Kevin, your generous spirit and your loving heart are your most endearing qualities. Not a single day in the last 30 years have I ever doubted your unqualified love for me, and I don't think you realize what a tremendous gift that is. You know how much I love being at home, and you're the reason why. I wish I could do more for you. I wish I could tell you which running back to use in your league this weekend, but I do what I can. I thank you for being my rock and my biggest cheerleader. I love you to the moon and back. And finally, I thank the association, I thank Packaging Impressions for this incredible honor, and I'm humbled. Thank you.